Welcome to Christine's Kitchen. I'm going to be sharing with you today a couple of recipes that I'm making today. And this is healthy eating. This is food that maybe you've never tasted before, but it's so good for you. And just like we pray with the spiritual warfare, we also need to be active participants in terms of spiritual warfare with the food that we're putting in our bodies, making sure that it's working for us and that we're not eating a bunch of stuff that has no nutritional value. Over 70% of the food stuff that's on shelves today has added sugars. And so you're eating not only whatever it is that you're eating, but you're eating a ton of sugars that go along with that. And so I'm going to be sharing with you some nutritional recipes that are really healthy for you, but also good tasting for you too. And so maybe you, like me, had never really been into Brussels sprouts, but I'm telling you, I found a great recipe for Brussels sprouts, added a little something to it myself. And what it is Brussels sprouts that you get in the store, you just want to cut the edges off. So if you look at the edges of a Brussels sprout, it has a little knob on it. You just want to cut the knob off. Once you cut the knob off, you want to divide it, in half. You can leave them whole, but they roast a little bit more if you cut them in half. And so I'm preparing roasted Brussels sprouts today. And it has a little ting of a little bit of lemon, not too much. And also I've sprinkled them with pepper and sea salt. And so, and a little bit of, my Cajun flavor too. And also, I have put some walnut pieces in here. These really roast really well. So I'm putting them on a pan. You can just put a little bit of aluminum on a cookie sheet or any kind of pie pan, anything that you have. It doesn't have to be fancy. And in addition to that, what I have done as well is I am making a half of a cauliflower head. Sounds kind of funny, but a half of a cauliflower head, and basically the way that I've prepared that half of the cauliflower head is I have prepared it by cutting it in half, of course, and then putting some spice on it. So you put your spice on it, whatever you like to, spice things up with. I like a little spicier food, and so I spice it up, pretty nicely. And then after that, this is dreamy. After that, then what I have done is I have put regular plain yogurt on it. And it's amazing what happens when you go and you look at yogurt. Those of you that eat yogurt, you'll be amazed at the sugar value or the sugar that's in yogurt if you haven't looked at it already. Yogurt has a ton of sugar in it. But what I have done is I got the plain one, so it has hardly any sugar in it at all. So for example, for a big container like this, if it's raspberry or another flavor, it's going to have maybe 40, almost 50 grams of sugar in it, which is quite a bit. This one, however, is plain, and it has 16 grams of sugar. So there you go. And I'll tell you this, 4 grams is a teaspoon. 4 grams of sugar. So when you're reading those labels, keep that in mind. 4 grams is a teaspoon. So when you're looking at your Coke products, Diet Coke, or not Diet Coke, but Coke that has sugar, it has 10 teaspoons of sugar in it. A lot of sugar. I'm going to be sharing some other things about that too, and the importance of just making sure that you're eating, really good diet for yourself. You want your system to work really well. One of the things that will cause it to do that is eat the nutritional foods that God made to make the engine run smooth. God knows exactly what we need, and it's all in the earth. It's all things that He's created. If you look at the vegetable section at the store, everything is so beautiful, the colors and everything, and there's so much that we can even experiment with. And I'm just having a great time adding new foods to my diet, my new diet, my new way of living. People have been asking me what I have done to lose the weight, and within the last couple of months, I've shed 35, almost 37 pounds. And one of the things that I've been doing is just I cut out the sugar, cut out all the sugar, went cold turkey. That was, one of the things that I did. And then cut out things like white flour, white potatoes. I didn't really eat a lot of white potatoes before anyway, but just cut out a lot of the white stuff, all the white stuff basically. Every now and then I'll have me a little bit of grits, but that's it basically. And the pounds just came off. And so out of that, I've gotten a lot of healthy habits, healthy eating habits, delicious eating habits. I'm telling you, I'm just loving food like I've never loved it before because I'm eating things that I never ate before, had no idea, how nutritional they were for me, and also how good they would make me feel. I feel absolutely great. And so diet, the food that we eat has a lot to do with that. Sugar can actually shut down your immune system for hours. That's a whole nother thing. And so if you have diabetes or anybody in your family with diabetes, you really want to help to educate them or get them some education on that because it can help save lives. One of the things I'm going to be doing is putting out a series of teachings even in the area of nutrition, because as I've been on my journey, I've spent a lot of time on research and have learned a ton of things. I'm still learning about nutrition and the spiritual warfare in terms of eating foods that make a difference for us. I have a friend that I was talking to not too long ago, one of my daughters actually in the Lord, that was here from France staying in my home, and I was noticing how she was feeding her children and how she was feeding her husband and herself as well. And we began to talk about foods and different things, and there's a lot of conversation that came out of that, good conversation, because I realized that she was doing some of the things that I have been doing in terms of eating certain types of foods. And so there's a lot I could say about that. But what I want to do is I want to get my food in the oven. And I want to just let you know what I did with the rest of the cauliflower. So the cauliflower, after I seasoned it, then I went ahead and I took this yogurt and I began to just put the yogurt on top of the cauliflower. And so you just spread it really nicely, kind of like you're, doing a cake or something. And just, be really generous and spread it on. And then after that, so I've got everything. I got the Brussels sprouts with the walnuts, and they're going to be delicious. They're going to be roasted Brussels sprouts. They are so delicious. I'm telling you, I made this the other day, and I was going to save some because I was going to save some and take it somewhere else. Let me tell you, I enjoyed them so much. They never got to the second destination, but I just want to encourage you because it's a great recipe, and you can kind of mix it up. I put the walnuts in, but you can also put in other things. So like if you like cranberries, you can do that, or you can alternate and you can put in green peppers, bell peppers, different colored bell peppers, to spice it up, make it look a little lively. And so there's a lot of things you can do if you're having a party or gathering. You can add those colors and make it a little bit more festive. Or you can put in pecans. You can put in pecans that maybe have a little bit of maybe a sweet taste to it if you're into sweetness. I'm not into sugar, and so that wouldn't be something that I would do right now. But for other people, they might enjoy that little bit of a sweet taste. And so anyway, here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these in the oven. And after a while, I'm going to take them out. I'm going to leave them in there for about 20 to 25 minutes. And so here we go. And when I'm done, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be eating them. I'm going to be telling you how good they are. So